What's up, everybody? Apologies for the back and forth weirdness. Only having one monitor makes streaming very difficult, but that will be fixed soon enough. My name is Aaron Ciotti. Everybody just calls me Ciotti. You can call me whatever you'd like, but if it's not Ciotti, I'm going to be angry. How's everybody doing? Happy 420! If you're into that kind of thing. Tonight we're doing 4 giveaways as usual on a Monday night. 20 questions. I figure usually answer about 20 questions, but if you guys want to count, that'd be cool. Let's see who's in here. What's happening? We got a little bit of 661 FPV, Adam Squints FPV, Fraze, Big Willie FPV, Blizzard FPV, Brutal FPV, Camo Master, Carl, Cement Kid. I saw Carl over on Joshua Bardwell's stream. Welcome, Carl. Thanks for coming over. Cement Kid, Chad Fanning, Creeper 420 FPV, Dark Sagan, Dave's FPV, Floppy Props and Wobbly Wheels. That's somebody after my own heart, as I have many a floppy prop and a car with the wobbliest of wheels. FPV Trucker, Just Because FPV, Just Josh FPV, Kevin Doble, Crunked, Metal Dirtskin, My Syncopad. Oh man, it did the scrolling thing again. Mr. Sprinkles, Mr. Shady, Mr. RC. God damn it, where is it? Mr. RCKJMS83. Nobby is here. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. How are you? Path, Patrick Ruan, Paulie Lee FPV, Private Island FPV, SBKASDFG. Oh, the imposter is here. Ciotti FPV, spelled phonetically with an SEE and then a dash and an OTTI. How are you, imposter? Good to see you again. Sun on the beach. Things that fun. Tiago Ramos. Todd. Tommy Lou. Tweet FPV is here. Whiplash FPV. Yawman Flights. And Obsquad FPV. If you didn't hear your name, you just didn't get here soon enough. And you didn't comment soon enough. So there you go. If you want to hear your name on the internet, that's all you got to do. Every Monday night. Every Sunday at 3 as well, Eastern. So yeah, we'll do some stuff tonight. I've got the Acrobrat Duo all pulled apart over here. Maybe we'll do a little bit of work on that. I'm swapping the ESC there. Yeah, 20 plus questions. Bong ripping good time Charlies. How are you today? Who knows what that's a quote from? I'll be very impressed. I can't even think of what it's from right now. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right, what do we got going on in the chat here? Oh, first and foremost, in the chat, if you want me to be able to see your comment, because it does kind of flow a little bit faster than every day, flows a little bit faster every day than it did the day before, I should say, tag me. All you have to do is type the @ symbol, CiottiFPV, space, your comment. It lights up in orange for me. I read it, answer your question, respond to your obscenities, give you life advice. Whatever you'd like. I'm here for it all. What else? Let me get the nonsense out of the way. CiottiFPV is on YouTube, Patreon, Instagram, and Facebook. Look me up. Send me well wishes. It was just my birthday a few days ago. Say happy belated birthday. If you'd like, you know. Read the chat names, talked about the @tag. FPV Therapy is a group on Facebook for folks with mental illness who are also into FPV to come hang out, share stories, and get a little bit better. If you just go to Facebook into the search field and type FPV space therapy, you will find it. If one of the moderators wouldn't mind dropping a link, that would be cool too. Thank you for that. Affiliate links are down here. If you want me to get free money when you do orders off of either Amazon, Get FPV, or Banggood, hit one of my links. You don't even have to buy the item, and then just do your order, and I'll get a couple bucks, and all the money that comes from Patreon and all this good stuff goes right here to the hobby. More testing, more giveaways. Yeah, I have a day job, and that's what pays the bills, and then FPV is a whole separate kind of fun thing, so that's how we do it here. And by we, I mean me. Is that it? Discord, when you join Patreon. Oh, and tonight's a giveaway night. So, here's how the giveaways work. Every single Monday night, I do 3 Patreon giveaways and 1 Super Chat giveaway. The 3 Patreon giveaways work as follows. Patreon link down here. If you get over there, $3 gets you in the door, gets you access to all the good stuff. Articles on tuning, RPM filters, how to troubleshoot problems, one-on-one time with me, for build advice, troubleshooting, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, would love to have you over there. If you then want to get in on the giveaways, here's how it works. If you go from the $3 to the $5 tier, you'll be put into the Tiny Whoop and Toothpick giveaways. Tonight, for example, since April is frame month, that tier is a Baby Tooth 2mm? Yeah, Baby Tooth 2mm toothpick frame. $10 tier is for 3-inch micro brushless stuff. For example, tonight, a 3-inch frame. Heavier kind of 3-inch stuff, right? The Acrobat type stuff. The, I don't know. You guys know what I mean. Heavier than toothpicks. And then the $20 a month tier is 5-inch rigs. Tonight is going to be a Stingy V2 X-Hover frame. If you have, so I do that so that if you only fly 5-inch, you can only be entered in 5-inch giveaways, right? If you only fly an Acrobat, you can just be entered into the 3-inch micro brushless giveaways. If you have all those quads and you really want to support me, the $30 tier is there to enter you into everything. So the $30 tier is going to put you into 12 giveaways a month. We're on every single Monday night. If you win, I message you on Patreon. You don't have to be here. That's the other reason why I have it running through Patreon. I don't want to punish people who can't show up to the live stream. But those of you that can show up to the live stream, get in on the 4th giveaway, which is super chat based. We pick a couple items, and then I'll set like the super chat at like $2 or $3 or $4, whatever makes sense. And then everybody that wants to get in enters, spin a wheel, away we go. You get something for winning. Great. So that's how it works. At 10:30, so in 19 minutes, my phone alarm is going to go off, and we're going to start the giveaway. So you guys have now 18 minutes to get over to the Patreon page, link down here somewhere. And if you want to get on tonight's giveaways, do either the $5, $10, $20, or $30 tier, and away you go. Right, I think that about does it. Oh, sponsors, CiottiFPV. He's in the chat. He's one of our fantastic moderators. He makes the coolest skateboard grip tape grips for your transmitter. He's got files for printing all the transmitters, QX7, XD9, Tango 2, Jumper T16, all the good ones. And if you really want to support the channel here, he's got a super secret Ciotti custom edition, purple and red with some sparkles. It looks super cool for a couple extra dollars. And basically for each one of those that sells, we do... wait, no, that's not how it works. But however many of those sell, the kickback is basically giveaways. The kickback from CiottiFPV to me goes straight into the giveaways so that we can give away 1 or 2 or 3 of these sets in the Super Chat giveaways every month. So everybody wins, including you guys. So yeah, there you go. He also has them in black and some other colors, but come on. You want the purple, and red sparkles, man. Looks like this. Here. Look at that. Come on. You can't tell me you don't want that. Look at it. Look at those sparkles. I'll even focus the camera on it. Oh, look how good that looks. Come on now. Come on. CiottiFPV. You can talk to him over on Instagram at CiottiFPV. He does have an Etsy store, but Etsy takes a couple bucks, I'm sure. So look him up on Instagram, order you some grips, and... I'm kind of mad that I waited so long to get these. I used to have this weird thing where like the transmitter would kind of slide towards my stomach a little bit, and then like sometimes towards the end of the battery, especially if my hands were sweaty, I would like the transmitter would have kind of moved, and I'm like, trying to get to the bottom of the stick travel. Hasn't happened since, so big thumbs up. Yeah, I'm really, I can't believe the difference that they made. Like, it seems like such a simple thing, right? But yeah, loving them. Who else? We've also got... Where are my visual aids? There they are. I don't have a CiottiFPV sticker yet, so he doesn't get in on the visual aids section. Stan FPV sent over some awesome ducks that we did some giveaways for, and I've been flying them, and they're awesome. Very efficient, very quiet. All the other Cinewhoops are so loud, but yeah, for whatever reason, his ducts are very quiet, and I am digging them. The FPV Geek, my buddy Ron, is the manufacturer of the JAS, the Just a Switch. If you want to be able to turn your Fat Sharks or any other goggles off and on with a switch that's on the side in a perfect location on the strap, all you have to do is spend a couple bucks with Ron, the FPV geek. He's in Pyrodrone and Race Day Quads, and it's called JAS, Just a Switch, and I love it. I've had mine for a long time because his development cycle was absolutely brutal. He got, not going to get into it, but Ron is a really good dude that stuck with this thing and got it made for the good of the community, so show him your support and go get one. FPV Cycle, Bob Rugi, Kebab, FPV, all the toothpick goodness. If you need a toothpick, go over to Bob's website, FPV Cycle. He's got all the good stuff. For rectal use only, I don't know how that got in there. Super Deluxe sent me a bunch of stickers that I'm going to be throwing into some random packages that go out for the giveaways. Thank you, Super. I kept a few, and the crowd gets the rest. And BMC 3D, my favorite TPU manufacturer, gets you the best TPU in the biz. Even Joshua Bardwell, who did a 3D printed GoPro holder SmackDown, said BMC 3D was the best. So there you go. Let's talk. What kind of questions you guys got? I got to get to 20 of them, and we got 15 minutes. So what is up? Dark Sagan, what is up with you? Mr. Syncopad says 20 minutes to 420. Am here. Awesome. Oh, wow. Lots of leaves and fires. You guys are getting it done in the chat. Good work. My alter ego is calling everyone sluts. That's okay. I made him a moderator just so that he would show up in blue so I could kind of keep tabs on him. Private Island says, nice flight, CiottiFPV. Thank you, Private. Much appreciated. That is a really cool spot in Dunwoody by Atlanta that you can't normally fly at. But with the virus, it is desolate down there. It is just like a ghost town. So, yeah, got some fly. Steele and I got some flying done that day. I had an absolute blast. All right. Whoa, okay, here we go. Here's some questions. All right, YouTube. Thanks for doing the scrolling thing and zipping forward past 1 million comments. Catching up. Here we go. Just Josh says, what's up? What's up to you, Just Josh? For you, FPV says, sup, boy? All right. What's up, brother? Come on. Cage FPV says, hey, what's up, Cage? Patrick Ruan says, Sea Otter FPV. Sea Otter is something that I have been called before in my life. Go figure. My alter ego says, CiottiFPV, I believe it's probably Mr. Rick James 83, not Mr. Rick Oh. There were so many letters and numbers I didn't even try to pronounce it, but that's great. Mr. Rick James 83. So I guess it's between Rick James. It's between Mr. Rick James and Floppy Props and Wobbly Wheels for the best YouTube names of the night. You guys vote. Type in your favorite, and whoever gets the most comments wins. Noah is here. Noah, what is up, dude? How you been? I haven't heard from you in a while. I mean, I haven't exactly reached out to you either, but usually you're in here. I take you for granted, man. How you been? I might be switching over to Emax Eco Motors, and you're one of the people who I've got to blame for that, because I've run out of F40 Pro 2s, man. Look at this. This has stators and motor guards, but there are 4 or 5 bells left in here, and that's it. That's all I got. So I got to find another lightweight 2306, and it might be the Emax Eco. Cage FPV says, Cage shout out for Little Man. Oh yeah, Little Cage. How are you, Little Cage? Cement Kid says, happy birthday. Thank you for that, Cement Kid, and everybody else for the happy belated birthdays. It was the 17th, which was Friday, and I turned 39 years old. I know I don't look a day over 17, but believe it or not, I'm approaching crotchety old man status, and I welcome it, because I'd like to have an excuse as to why I'm so goddamn crotchety. Techno FPV lost an Armaton 5-inch today. Like to fix another one. I have iFlight Twin G F4 flight controller, old but new out of the box. X4 Opto Little B single ESC, only works with one shot 125, throttles away on arm. My God, Techno. So I got into this hobby right around the time that D-Shot 300 maybe? It might have been D-Shot 600, but the first FPV rig that I bought was the original Emax Baby Hawk, the white one, the white plastic one, and that was on D-Shot, and I've actually never used One Shot. So unfortunately, I don't have the foggiest idea how to start troubleshooting that, but I'm willing to bet that between Google and YouTube, you can find some good info on One Shot 125, throttle away, that kind of stuff. Flex that Google foo, and I bet you'll find your answer. Sorry, I can't help. Things that fun. Why go separate ESCs as opposed to a 4-in-1? They seem to be pretty strong now. I am on the 4-in-1 train. I've never built a rig within... that's a lie. I built a Slammed Alien on KISS V2 stuff. So I have built a rig on individuals. There are some real performance disadvantages of 4-in-1s in that you're taking the centralized... of individuals, whereas that you're taking the... normally the majority of your weight for the 4-in-1 is in here, and then you move them out on the arms, and any weight that you add to the arms negatively affects the performance of the rig because it adds rotational weight, right? As you push weight out onto the arms, the PID controller and the motors have to move that weight around every single time you flip, spin, roll, yaw, turn, anything like that. So the performance suffers with individuals, and you're also putting an ESC out really close to a prop going 7 zillion miles an hour. So prop strikes on the ESCs can become kind of expensive. The flip side of this is that when one channel of a 4-in-1 goes, you have to replace the whole goddamn 4-in-1. So from a budget standpoint, you could make the case that individuals are cheaper because you can replace them one by one. But I really wonder. It really depends upon how many 4-in-1s you end up breaking with prop strikes, right? I don't have any info on that. I flew that rig with individuals for about a month and a half. And and I never had any prop strikes hard enough to break one. So maybe that's not a big deal, but that's the whole situation. Those are the pluses and minuses in my eyes that make the biggest difference between them. Individuals are also a little bit heavier too. There's more wire that you're having to run. But it's not that bad. That's not that big of a difference. So yeah, do with that as you may. I think depending on how often, how hard you're crashing and what your budget is and stuff like that, that's going to be a personal decision for you. I'm pretty shocked that individuals haven't kind of faded away a little bit more. I thought 4-in-1s were just going to completely take over, especially when the arms got really skinny on most 5-inch frames. But the individuals have stuck around. Now you can get those real skinny individuals. So yeah, I think it's a pretty personal decision, but there's some more info that you're now armed with to make the right call, hopefully. CiottiFPV says, eagerly waiting for a okay, yeah, got the shout out done. Thanks for posting the links, Daniel. What else do we have? Big Willie FPV did a DIY FPV bag that he posted on Discord in general nonsense. Could you show this to the peeps? Let's get... Where is it? There's Discord. All right, Discord's firing up. This ought to be interesting with... It's so weird only having one monitor. Like, I know I keep mentioning it, but there's just... I just can't believe how much I took it for granted. It's just insane. All right, well, it's updating, so that'll take a minute. All right, Carl says, ooh, forged carbon fiber. No. What was that in reference to, Carl? What I can say, though, about forged carbon fiber, previous to FPV, I was into motorsports for the better part of 15-ish years, I guess. And towards the end of that, forged carbon became a thing in very specific applications in motorsports where you needed strength in all directions. With quad frames, that's really not the case. You don't need strength in all directions, per se. There are certain directions, like the length of the arm, where you want to have more strength. We want more strength from fibers going in this direction because that's what takes the majority of the load in crashes and has to deal with all that energy, right, that's coming through into the frame from smashing into the concrete at 700 miles an hour. So a fully forged carbon frame doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, not to mention that it's very expensive. Kevin Singer Swarm found this out sort of the hard way, I think, with the prototypes and then trying to get it made with full forged. And then I think he really did the right thing in moving over to a forged carbon veneer and regular stranded carbon fiber in between, which is how all carbon fiber is. The top and bottom layers that look all fancy, that's just a veneer. It's just there for looks, and it does also provide a little bit of diagonal strength, but mainly it's there for looks and to protect the actual carbon fiber strands that are inside. Do I have any broken carbon? I do. So what that looks like is, let me get this fired up here. All right, so inside, and I'm just peeling this off. I'm peeling that top layer off, and I made a mess. Doing it for you guys. All right, so inside of the, so you see over here, that's what you're used to seeing, right? The weave, and everything is reversed, stand by. And here's the weave up here as well, right? That's what you're used to seeing. But underneath that weave and the entirety of the carbon on the inside actually looks like that. And so this layer, you can kind of see it. I know it's tough to see, guys, I'm sorry. But next time you break an arm, you can do this and look at it. Inside, each layer is going up and down, left and right, up and down, left and right, up and down, left and right. Unless you get a frame made of quasi or quasi-isotropic carbon fiber. And in that carbon, they run them up and down, left and right, and then this diagonal and then this diagonal. And the problem with that is you're sacrificing some of these up and down fibers that run the length of the arm. So a quasi arm will be a lot weaker because of that, because you're wasting some of the thickness of the arm on these diagonal directions, and the diagonal directions don't really get much force, nor does the left and right direction, but we need the left and right direction fibers to offset the up and downs. So yeah, a standard carbon fiber really seems to be the solution. There is technically a better solution, but it's very expensive, and it's to run the fibers up and down, and then in this diagonal, and then in this diagonal, and you get rid of these left and rights. But that is a custom layup that's very expensive, and not many people are willing to spend $200 on a quad frame. I don't know if it would be quite $200, but it's not even done yet. The company that's doing it, that Kebab, I believe, interviewed, because I've been talking to him for a while about it. They still haven't perfected that layup yet, so maybe something cool for the future. But yeah, that's the long and short of forged carbon. 2 minutes. I think I answered 2, maybe 3 questions. I gotta step it up. The bag in Discord. Bag in Discord. Where is it? In general nonsense. Let's find it. There it is. All right, let's go over here, and we're gonna go here. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, look at that. It's luggage. Huh. That's a cool solution. What'd you make those dividers out of? That's pretty slick. I like that. Huh. If you want to see these pictures in detail, $3 a month. Join the Patreon. It'll automatically add you to Discord, and you'll be a part of the cool kids. All right. Very cool. I will leave. No, I'm going to kill... what's it called? Discord. I don't use Discord much. Sorry, guys. Oh, that's what you were referring to, Carl, is the stingy frame. Yeah, not one of the forged carbon frames, one of the regular ones. Yeah, the forged frames it's just for looks, and I beat the hell out of stuff so bad that it looks good for 10 seconds, and then after the first battery, it's on fire. Mr. Shady asks, have you tried the Mobula 6 yet? Opinion? I have not, but I have the Mobula 6 25,000 kV motors on a Newbie Drone Whoop, which is fantastic. It's Newbie Drone's brushless Acro B, and it is an absolute monster with those motors. They are a lot. Like, that with those motors, that is one of the hardest rigs to fly in a small space. Our apartment here is all of 1,000 and a bit square feet. And it's real hard to fly in here. I'm playing around with really aggressive throttle curves to get that under control, but yeah. So that's my opinion. Love the motors. The quality control, unfortunately, is really bad on them. So if you're gonna buy one, buy it from like RDQ or Get FPV or Pyro Drone, so that you have somebody stateside standing behind you in case the board fails. Which that's what tends to happen to them. Is they put the VTX and the receiver and all this. They cram all this shit on the board, and then they try to sell it for $80, and go figure, the quality control is horrible. So expect it to fail is what I've been hearing from a lot of people. I am sticking with the newbie drone board, and I'm also trying a beta FPV board that they very kindly sent to me. More on that to come. I'm trying to figure out a good camera option. I need a good Tiny Whoop camera option. I know what I want, but the canopies aren't out for it. The tinywhoop.com brand new FXT camera, I really want to go that route, but they don't have a canopy for it yet, so it really does me no good. So I need to find a good camera setup with VTX for this beta FPV board and a canopy that's going to take some abuse and not be heavy as hell. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Do me a favor though, don't drop them in the chat because I probably won't see them. Message me, CiottiFPV, anywhere you want, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Let's do some giveaways. What do you guys think? So, with just Kristen's playing Legos, and I just heard the very distinct sound of a Lego something collapsing, and then, oh. Speaking of Kristen, she gave me such a cool birthday present that I'm going to show you guys real quick here, because I just... The giveaways can wait. They really can. They can wait. Because you guys got to see this. This is just gnarly. She picked up the hobby of Lego not too long ago, and I love it. I love it because I remembered to turn the Zoom mic back on because OBS shut it off for no reason without me telling it to. I've always been the hobby guy, and yeah, it's just so cool that she has an actual hobby that's not monetized right now. And she's having a blast and doing super cool stuff like this. So, here we have the office that I'm sitting in. Most of you, I mean, it's probably hard for you guys to envision it because you haven't been here before, but this is it, man. Look, I got my little transmitter with my little thumbsticks. There's the chair. There's my green workbench, right? There's a soldering iron with a little temperature gauge. Here's the lamp that I'm moving around to move the light around. Here's my little toolbox with some M2 hardware, some little yellow propellers, and then some wire scraps over here, some little 30 gauge wire over here. This little guy, I need the tweezers because it's so Lego-y and small. This is what a Lego GoPro Session 5 looks like. Come on, guys, look at that. Look at it. It's a little Lego Session 5 monitor. This is the closest that she could do to FPV goggles. There's nothing in Legoland that looks like Fat Shark's, but she took one of the little racing visors and spray painted it white and put an awesome little antenna with a little red ball on it. And then we got like my pictures that you guys never really see because they're over that way. This is our the currently green softbox that I got on my left. There's the old monitor. Here's my windows in front of me right here. And then over on this side we have a fireproof box. Man, I wish I had a real fireproof box. And there's my charger, which is on fire because it's orange. This is my little photography literature collection. And then of course, El Stiggerino helmet up on top here with some little toy Lego model cars. Is that not the most ridiculous things you guys have ever seen? Oh, it's the greatest. Look at that. What a wonderful birthday present. Oh God, I lost the... Hopefully the Lego Session 5 is more durable than real GoPro Session 5s because I've broken a bunch of sessions lately. I am not having great luck. But that sometimes happens when you fly as if you're trying to break your quads. So, it's giveaway time. It's resin time. It's resin time. It's resin time. Who knows what that's from? Come on. Come on, eBay expert, not eBay. Come on, YouTube experts. Who knows what it's resin time is from? Get out of here. Stay down, light. Right. Giveaways. We got to do the thing. Let me go over here. You guys have, I don't know, 10 more seconds to sign up if you want to get on tonight's giveaways. Patreon link is down here. $5, $10, $20 tiers get you into those 3 different giveaways, and it explains more over on that page. So let's do the thing. Let me do this. Let me scroll all the way to the bottom of the chat and see if I can get in here. Let's see. Nabi with $1. Thank you, Nabi. Nabi, rather. I mispronounced your name, but you gave me $1, and that made me remember to pronounce it, so maybe it was meant to be. Thank you, brother. Much. Ah, there it is! And he retracted a message. Yes! All right. CiottiFPV dropping the Etsy link. There he is. And things that fun. Why go with separate ESCs? Okay, good. Discord chat as a patron. It should just work, Dave's FPV. Yeah, I thought I set it up to just work. If it's not working, Dave's, just message me somewhere and I'll get it figured out. ObSquad FPV, auto DVR recording is possible on... I think the question is auto DVR recording possible on Fat Shark Dom V3s? And yes, absolutely. Buddy of mine had those goggles. A couple friends of mine had those goggles, and yeah, they all had it. They all had the auto record set up on there. And wow, I am way behind on the chat. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom, and then I'm gonna go back up. She hasn't made a Lego quad, Rob Axelson. It's impossible. She's still looking for the right piece. But yeah, that's why she left a little nubbin on my green workspace so I can... Ah, it's resin time. Dave's FPV knows. Mr. Shady said, did Kristen ever finish the Stellar Fox quad build? Not quite yet. It's still halfway done. We'll get it done one of these days. We might actually just end up putting it into a freestyle frame, into a glide frame. All right. If you want stickers, $5 for 2. I have about this many left. You just got to PayPal me. So just hit me Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I'll give you my PayPal info. $5 for 2 stickers. You can't buy just one because I have a problem with only buying one sticker, and then I never put it on anything because I'm always thinking there's going to be something better that I can put it on. So I just never put it on anything, and it just sits in a box. And now I'm left as a 39-year-old man with a sticker box filled with single stickers that are just waiting for the right place to be put. So I will forcibly sell you 2 so that you can stick one on and keep the second one for the most perfect spot ever. All right. Stuck in trees, what's your favorite flight controller at the moment? Talon F7, MPU 6000, or for a 30x30, CL Racing F7. Let's do the giveaways. I am going to click buttons and try to answer questions at the same time. Okay, here's a good one. Brandon Bentley says, dude, blue Loctite does not work fixing 11OX motor shafts. Ordered the Loctite 648 stuff from that video you linked me. Good to know. I would definitely assume blue wouldn't work. I would maybe try red, but that 648 stuff, that's the good stuff. Shout out to Full CT, Seth. That's his video. Everybody check his channel out. Mods, if you can grab a link to Full CT's channel, I will love you forever. Giveaways alarm is going off again. I didn't know I snoozed it. All right, so I think I can do this. Okay, let me get... Ooh, Carl just snagged him some purple CiottiFPV grips for the radio. Very cool. Thanks for supporting everyone, Carl. You're the man. You're the new guy, but you're already being a effing rock star. Good on you. Dave's FPV. Let me see if I can answer this question while I'm doing the giveaway button clicking over here. The question is, do you like the B-Brain brushless? Mine is having a motor stutter problem out of the box on ARM. Here's the problem, Dave's FPV. They used a... All right. Gotta multitask. Gotta click, and I gotta talk. All right. I'm gonna click, and I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to this, click over here. Okay. Here's what's going on. I'm gonna look over here, but I'm gonna talk over here. But I'm gonna click over here. Okay, but I'm gonna look over here, so don't be weirded out. All right. They used a smaller connector than anybody else. I don't know why. I'm not gonna speculate why, but that smaller connector, just for whatever reason, doesn't seem to be as robust as the bigger connectors that everybody else has been using. Apparently, Emacs also made this mistake on something, maybe a Tiny Hawk at some point. So I had that same problem. You can probably fix it by reseating the, just flip it over. Here we go. Flip it over so you can see the plugs. And, oh, this doesn't have plugs. That's right. And just push the plugs into the little connectors on the board. Like, just reseat them all the way. And that'll probably fix the problem for a little bit until you crash. And then the problem will probably come back. So, what you should really do is get the soldering iron out, desolder those plug headers from the board. Yes, I know this is a pain in the ass, but it's a good solution. And the brushless motors last a long time. So, and then you can direct solder, cut the plugs off of the motors and direct solder the motors to the pads. What Newbie Drone did, a bunch of us prototype testers begged for this, and they came through, which is awesome. They put pads underneath those plug headers on the board so that in case something like this happens, there are an actual set of normal pads, not just the pads that hook up to those plug headers, but a specific set of pads to solder to. They were cool enough to put those on that board. So it's all set up. It's ready for you to do it. Yes, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but hey, we do it on the big guys, so right, like those stupid little plugs, even the bigger plugs, they have like this ridiculously short service life. Service life meaning like plug unplug cycles. So yeah, I know it's a pain in the ass. I would love to not have had to do that, but I did it, and I haven't had any issues since. So I lost an hour or two of my life. But I've got something that's way more durable that I'll never have to worry about that. And thus far, these brushless motors have been really durable. So in theory, you might not need to replace might not need to screw around with it again for, I don't know, depends on how much you fly, but 6 months, a year, never, maybe. So there you go. That's the solution. That's kind of a pain in the ass, but is not the end of the world. Toothpicks, you're dealing with the same situation where you're soldering motors directly to it. There's also a weight savings when you do this, and there should also be a performance increase, although, maybe not. In theory there could be because you're direct soldering rather than having it go through pins. So there you go. That's your answer. Nobby with $2 and retracting a message within the goddamn super chat. Doubling up. I'd love it. I know I missed another super chat. I'm scrolling up to try to get there. I did get some of the giveaway stuff done. John Larson, hello everyone. Rebuilding Hawk 5 broke arm. Looks like the arm CiottiFPV is holding. Nice. Carl says, I guess I was just referring to the faux forged carbon. Yep. All right, cool. We talked about it. The Sting EV2. Okay, good. Roscoe Sticks. Hey, there's the super chat. Bumblebolt FPV with $10. Thank you very much, Bumblebolt. Very, very kind of you. Much appreciated that you're supporting the cause. It really means a lot. You guys are just amazing in that way. And yeah, now that I'm kind of bringing the cost of the giveaways down a little bit, we're gonna have a little bit more in the piggy bank to spend on some reviews and smackdowns. I'm already doing that on the Tiny Whoop front. I have 5 now different sets of 0802s. So I'm going to be able to compare the Beta FPV V1 17,500 kVs to their now V2 bearing 20,000 kVs compared to the Mobula 6 25,000 kV compared to the prototype newbie drone 20,000 kVs compared to the iFlight 20,000 kVs on bearings as well. So yeah, stuff like that. That's what I want to do. That's what I've always wanted to do, but I've never been able to afford to, buy 5 different sets of motors and just head to head them like that. So this is gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So stay tuned for that. What are the highest kV 6S motors you would recommend for my Teco 32 F3 4-in-1 40 amp ESC that won't melt everything? I was thinking those 2150 2306 Armatons, but I'm not sure if I can go even higher. Bumblebolt, I'm not the guy to talk about like what's the absolute maximum amount of power I can squeeze out of X, Y, or Z, mainly because I go the opposite. Wait, no, I gotta do things over here. I basically, this is how I used to modify cars. I get the thing to the lightest weight possible, and then I figure out what's the least amount of power I can possibly stand, and then I go like a little bit above that. Basically, what I try to do is have the craft, the rig, the car, the whatever, be as light as possible, because the lighter the weight, the easier it is for it to change directions, and that's all we're doing, right? Racing, freestyle, we're just changing directions. So the weight really helps out with that. And then in terms of running the least amount of power, my philosophy there is you've got a throttle pedal, a gas pedal with this much travel. We've got a thumbstick, a throttle thumbstick with this much travel. If I have 100 horsepower in the throw of that throttle pedal, if I move the pedal just a little bit, I can just add like 1 horsepower or 2 horsepowers, and I can have a setup that's very, very sensitive, that you can really finesse, and you can really have this fine control over. Whereas if you have that same throttle pedal throw and you've got 1,000 horsepower, if you move your foot just a little bit, you're going to pick up 50 horsepower, and you're going to go sliding into a concrete barrier at 170 miles an hour and burn to death. So, which would you rather have? Burn to death or a really fun Miata? So that's kind of my philosophy on it. The huge power rigs are super fun, don't get me wrong. Like, it's absolutely hysterically fun, and if you are running long range stuff or you just have a need to go 100 plus miles an hour, awesome. 1950 kV is probably as high as I would really go. 2150 kV, that's really a 5S kV. You can probably pull it off, but only for little bursts. 40 amp ESC, that's a lot. But if you're just going to sit at full throttle for 3 or 4 seconds, hell, even like an 1800 kV might cook a 40 amp ESC. They're just not meant for you to hang on full throttle like that. So yeah, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on your flying style. It depends on, do you want to... Here's what happens for me when I have a ton of power is I have such a blast flinging myself up into the air, but then I just have to like sit there and wait to come down. And I find myself just like, all right, come on. And then I start messing around with inverted thrust to like start shooting myself down towards the ground. And then I get it wrong at some point and bash into the ground at 7 million miles an hour and everything catches on fire. So, yeah, I think the actual answer to your question would be like 1900-ish kV, I think, is about as far as you want to go on 6S. Beyond that, it gets into like this territory of just like novelty almost. Like, you have like a novelty setup, which is funny, but very, very difficult to fly with any kind of accuracy. When you're trying to fly really low to the ground and there's like a railing and you want to go under the railing, if you move that throttle a tenth of a millimeter and it adds 50 grams of thrust, you're going face first into that rail, homeboy. I want to be able to add 1 gram of thrust to not hit the ground, but then clear the top of that rail, right? So that's just something to really pay attention to, because our throttle stick doesn't have a very long throw, right? Like, you don't have it's not like a power boat where you have a big fucking thing, you know, that you move a big amount and you have lots of sensitivity because of the physical thing. We've only got this little tiny bit, and I don't know about you, but you know, my fingers aren't always perfect. Like sometimes I'll get a little shaky or a little motion that I didn't mean or whatever. So there you go. There's some food for thought for you. Okay, I think I have the first wheel almost done. I just have to hit that button. I have to hit that button. I have to hit that button. I have to scroll down here. I have to hit this button. And then, okay, that's already set. So, yeah, look at that. This one wheel is done. So now, I'm going to go over here to the second wheel. I'm going to click this button. And I'm going to grab one more question. Roscoe Sticks, rebuilding his quad, watching a stream, hit a steel sign, smashed run cam 5 beyond repair. I don't mean to laugh at you, Roscoe, but the crashing side of this hobby is so absolutely hysterically funny. I don't know if it's because in motorsports you can't really do that. Like crashes are really big and scary and potentially dangerous and life-threatening and really expensive. But yeah, I don't know, just like the stuff that we crash into, like I just like picture it sometimes. And you said you said steel sign, and like I had this period where the backs, you know, like the backs of road signs are that silver. And in Charleston, South Carolina, where I lived before I moved here to Atlanta, the pavement was very often like that gray color. So the backs of all these signs would perfectly blend in with the asphalt. So if I was ever like looking down towards the ground at the back of a sign and I came like swooping in, I would just hit these signs at full speed. And you saying that you hit a steel sign just made me think of all the times that I hit those signs and the noise that the funniest thing for me is the noise that they make, because like I don't see them and then I just hear that like unmistakable wow 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 of the of bashing into those big fuckers. Oh man, sorry to laugh at your misfortune, buddy, but hopefully you were smiling and laughing when you did it, because hey man, that's a really cool advantage of our hobby that I don't think as many people appreciate as they should. Although I get it, it's not free breaking shit, but compared to some other things and some other hobbies, we got it pretty good, man. We got it pretty good. So I hope you get that fixed up and good to go, and I hope you maybe even win something that'll help you fix it. That'd be even cooler. Free Lojo put a run cam hybrid on a 5-inch Flywoo Mr. Croc SL. Still waiting on parts to finish. That's gonna be pretty cool. Free Lojo. I'm putting one into a race frame, a X-Hover race frame. That should be interesting. Kind of can't wait. Daniel Maurer, Remy Tim says, I know you want to try an economic option for motors, but I can't give enough good reviews to the Drib motors. Smooth and durable, mostly smooth, also powerful, worth the money. Daniel, I spent a good amount of time on the 2450 version of those, the freestyle hype trains, and I loved them. They were great. In the end, I liked my T-Motor F40 Pro 2s a little bit better. I found them to be a little bit more durable, and they had a little bit more power. And apparently all these new motors now are even more durable. So I think I'm pretty dead set on going for something new. Plus, it's kind of hard to find the hype train motors now. All right, wait. No, I got to do more things, right? I got to click more buttons. Here we go. Clicking more buttons. All right, getting this out of the way, moving this. This goes here, that goes there. And guys, I'm about to click the button on the third wheel. Ooh, there it is. Cool. All right, we're good on the wheels. Let me apply some wheel changes here. I will bring them up, give you proof of entry, and we will spin them to see who wins what. Crunk says, screw you, Crunked. Crunk says, RDQ has the Fetec FC in stock. Yeah. I'm probably, Crunked has me almost convinced into trying another KISS build. When I did the V2 KISS rig, I put it into a Slammed Alien. That was actually on the Freestyle, the Hype Train Freestyle motors, oddly enough. It was a different frame. It was a different motor than my glide rigs that I was used to. So I really want to give Flyduino a one-to-one shot. So yeah, I might just pick up a Fetech ESC and a flight controller and just drop it into one of my glide rigs and give it one more shot with the help, of course, of Crunked getting helping me get KISS figured out and dialed in. Yeah, I'm so ingrained in Betaflight that getting KISS set up was actually kind of a pain in the ass for me. And it took a couple phone calls to Schizo, and he actually had to call Steel at one point. I had, yeah, it was interesting. But I think I might give it another shot. I still don't think it's the flight software for me because it still doesn't seem to be able to handle really banged up props, really banged up motors, and with how often and how hard I crash, that's a big deal for me. But we'll see. I would love to give it another shot. Yeah, I'm super interested by it. So let's do some giveaways. The first one, I'm going to check really quick. So we've got 50, and we've got, it looks right. I just want to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's 18 per page. 18, 60. Okay, that looks about right. Good to go. Good to go. Here is the, I don't know, one of them. Here's one of the giveaways. Oh wait, no, the first one is always the $5 tier. This is the Baby Tooth 2mm version for the Tiny Whoop and Toothpick tier. This is the heart of the best 1S toothpick you're going to ever build, from what I understand. Totally believe Bob. He's the guy who's done most of the research. And you can also build it on 2 or 3S. That's typically what people use his TP3 frame for. But if you're just super into fixed baseplate, non-removable arm frames, this would be a good chance, a good option for you. So let's see who wins it. Let me pull up the other thing in the place. What is it, monitor? Yeah, there we go. That looks great. Mic's still on. Hey, thanks OBS for leaving the mic that I told you to leave on. All right, here's your proof of entry. Please don't ask me or tell me that, you don't think you were on the wheel without checking here. There's one page. There's the next page. You guys can rewind to check. That's why I'm going so fast here. So yeah, feel free to rewind, check if you'd like. I'm just going to go on in and spin the damn thing because I want to know who wins. So let's see who wins the Baby Tooth 2mm. Oh, the wheel's going. Ah! It's red. Who's red? Levi Schneider wins it. Levi, what's up? Good job, man. You've won the gnarliest 1S toothpick frame in all the land. Levi, I will message you. Oh, I got to get my little notepad thing out and a pencil or pen or something or other. All right, let's write down Levi's name. Congratulations, brother. You're going to be building the 1S toothpick whether you like it or not because this frame is awesome. All right, we've got Levi, Schneider. That is the weirdest S I've ever written. And that is Baby Tooth 2mm. Awesome. Congrats, Levi. I will message you on Patreon to get your info. Next up, we've got, again, since it's frame month, we are doing a Rotorius Zoot frame. Really, really fun frame from my only real sponsor, Rotorius FPV. You can find them on Facebook. They've got a Facebook called the Rotorius FPV Underground. If any of the mods want to grab that link, that would be awesome. If not, that's cool too. All you got to do is search for Rotorius, Rotorious, regular spelling, FPV, and you'll find it. This is their Zoot frame. It is the front arms connect and then the rear arms connect, which keeps the center section here where the stack is mounted to completely clean from some of those arm vibes, which I really love. A couple press nuts in the base here. Looks like I've got some rubber standoffs on here for you, even a piece of grip on top. And then we've got some TPU for it, little XT30 holder for the battery strap. couple of forever tube holders, and this handy dandy little guy for the rear standoffs to hold your linear antenna up at a 45-degree angle. Excellent little frame, not a super duper basher frame, somewhere in between. So if you just constantly slam on concrete, take it easy on this frame. It's not gonna. It was never built to be a complete basher. It's kind of it sort of blurs the lines between racing, freestyle, cinematic, and that kind of stuff. And you can also pretty easily fit a tarsier in here. You would just need to go with a little bit taller standoffs. You need like a 25 or a 28 mil standoff. So yeah, really cool frames. Oh, and there's some arm protectors in the front there as well. I believe you can still order. Don't quote me on this, but I believe you can still order this frame from the Rotorius Facebook page. So yeah, if you don't win it, you can still get your hands on it. Let's see. Oh, you guys haven't been looking at me this whole time, have you? Am I at least down in the bottom corner, maybe? Hey, I am. Cool. Look at me doing things that make sense. All right, let's see. Oh, God, it went away, and now it's going to be gone forever. Nope, there it is. Let's see who's going to win. Here's your proof of entry. All right, first page, second page. Delete this one. Apply some wheel changes, and away we go. I've been forgetting the GOAT, man. I'm off my game. It's going to be Gabriel. Here it comes. Gabriel Baxter wins. The B gets himself a dope little 3-inch frame. Gabriel, I will not message you on Patreon. Just message me on Facebook. I'll put this aside for you. Yeah, when we meet up, you will have the basis of a 3-inch rig. And I think that's what you were just messaging me this week that you were looking for. That's super weird. So yeah, hit me up, brother. Remind me. I'm putting this aside. Yeah, I'm going to write it down. It's insane not to write this down. So we've got Gabriel Baxter. And it is the Zoot. All right, 5-inch frame time. X-Hover Stingy V2. The big old beast of a frame. Getting ready to just mangle your face. Check something real quick here. I applied those wheel changes, right? Yeah. We're good. All right. Just checking myself. All right, so here we go. X-Hover frame. Who's going to win it? It's going to be one of these people. Oh, wait. Here's your proof of life. 1 page. 2 page. Rewind it. Oh, look. He's supporting us now. Good on you, imposter. Good on you supporting the cause. Man, my fans are the best. You guys are awesome. Wow, I called you guys fans. That's fucking weird. That's weird. A couple people like recognized me at the rally in DC, and it was like the first time that's really happened. And I was like, wow, that's a real thing, huh? It's strange. Let's see who it's gonna be. Sorry if that frame smacking down on the table was loud. Hopefully it was worth it. Bandalorian wins himself an X-Hover frame. Bandalorian, congratulations. You've got one of my favorite names in all of YouTube. I will message you on Patreon, get your info, and send you out a durable-ass frame. As long as I get you written down. Bandalorian. And you have won Stingy V2. Congrats. Now we shall do everyone's favorite, the Super Chat giveaway. We're going to do the same thing as last week. I hate to be kind of boring about it. Nah, you know what? No, I'm not going to be boring about it. Screw that. Let's do something interesting. I'm in the middle of the chat. Let me knock out a couple more of these chat questions, and then I'll be able to scroll down in the chat, and then, yeah, it's all good. I just don't want to miss any questions. I tell you guys to tag me. The least I can do is read everybody that tags me. CiottiFPV said, thanks, makes his day. Love it. Little Cage, what up? Justin Cawley, is it worth it to put a capacitor on a capacitor pad From a 4-in-1 ESC versus battery leads. I don't really have much room left on my battery pads, being a tight build. So here's the deal, Justin. Either Joshua or Ryan Harold did testing on this, or at least looked up the science and math behind it, and it doesn't matter. This whole, like, you have to get the capacitor right on top of the ESC on the pads. From what I understood from them, that's nonsense. And I personally, I run the little caps, the little green PDBs that make your capacitors way easier to solder. Oh, look at that. They're all on builds right now. But yeah, I run my capacitors off of a set of wires off of the ESC pads. And at this point, I would normally just say, like, and it works fine. I mean, it does work fine, but I wouldn't know if it wasn't working fine, really. My ESCs aren't blowing up, but you know what I'm saying? It's you're going to be fine. Yeah, those guys looked up they did the hard work for us, and yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it on a 20-foot piece of cable or anything, but I doubt you would do that. So yeah, feel free to use those pads. Feel free to put it on little extension, little, you know, like 24, 26 gauge little pieces of wire to get it into a good spot. The most important thing, in my opinion, is getting it into a good spot where it's not going to go shooting out the side of the build into the props or anything like that. Because, like, if one of those, if you do run wires to it, or you just run the poles on the cap directly to the battery leads, if it loses connection, if that capacitor loses connection for like a split second, it'll reboot the whole system and your shit will fall out of the sky. So getting your capacitor into a solid spot where it's tucked away and it's not like rammed up against the flight controller or anything stupid like that, that's important. And then figure out the how to get power to it after. You know what I mean? So find, you know, package it first. In the car world, they call it packaging, right? You've got a shell that's this much space, and you have to package all seats and a steering wheel and suspension and all this shit in there. Do that with the capacitor. Find the good spot for it, and then figure out how to get power to it. 4UFPV says, LOL, so awkward. Nabi posted his first GoPro flight today. Very cool. If you guys want to check that out, hit Nabi up on YouTube. Cement Kid says, so how do you like the Acrobat on 6S? I'm loving it. Cement Kid, on the first battery, it flew like a bag of shit. The tune was all jacked up. It was vibrating a little bit. I had it on 60% throttle in beta flight, 60% throttle limit. And then I don't know, I just had a moment of stupidity, and I ran it up to 80%. So it was 3,600 kV motors on 6S at 80%. And it's, what it turned out being is it was overtuned. I dropped the tune down from stock a little tiny bit, but I needed to drop it down more because I was dealing with so high of a KV for 6S. And like 30 seconds into the second battery, I hadn't backed the tune off, and I had raised it from 60 to 80%. And on a dive, it started to oscillate on the P gain, and it cooked two of the motors and the ESC. Which is why the Duo is over here to my right. So, now that you guys have stared at the chat instead of my face because I forgot to change the scene, I'm caught up on the chat. So now I can go all the way to the bottom, and somebody I just said community. That's what that one quote was for. Let's do the super chat giveaway. So, here's what... Oh, wait, no. I want to pick something fun. Here's the rest of this edit real quick. Nope, that's not it. This is it. It's over here. Here's the rest of this edit. Let me pick something else cool for this giveaway. Audio's probably coming from the wrong place, but whatever. Hold up, I'll be back. What do I do? I'm not in the right place. I gotta go over here. Yeah, here we go. Good timing, Ciotti from the past. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's why it's been running a little weird. That's been playing the whole time. I'm back. All right. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. It's going to be $5 to get in. $5 super chat to get in. If you want to enter twice, you can do $10. If you want to enter 3 times, which is crazy, but you can do it, $15. Get it? And so on and so forth. Don't enter more than 3 times, though, unless you want to. Here's what it's going to be. Huge shout out to Tiny's LEDs. I need to get a sticker of his so I can remember to put him in the sponsor section in the beginning. But Tiny's LEDs sent me a ton of his LEDs for the giveaways. And little pack here, there are 8 race wire. There's 2 sets of race wires, and then 3 or 4 of his little simple little 3 LED jib jabs. 6 sets, 1 in every color of the GemFan Flash 5149, my current favorite high pitch prop. And then, in addition to that, a set of CiottiFPV super secret CiottiFPV limited run purple and red glitter transmitter grips for whatever your transmitter is. Scott Biddle is getting in the game first. He wants it. $10 for 2 entries. Thank you, Scott. Much appreciated. Yeah, so basically the way it'll work is, and I'm just going to stall to let people do the super chats. You will message CiottiFPV for your grips because you need to tell him which radio you want and stuff like that. And he's going to ship those directly to you. And then I'm going to ship the rest of this stuff directly to you. And you're going to have all kinds of good stuff because you're going to be a winner. Free Lojo. Dude, very cool, man. Free Lojo with $42 and no cents. Celebrating 420 properly. Big props to you, man. Thank you very much for that. Super cool. He says, I have a safety email I can post and remove when you tell me you got it because I don't do social media. Cool. We will work it out. So Free Lojo is going to get, I'm going to put him in, we'll do a 420 special. I'm going to put him in this 9 times. That's the 420 special. If you want to be entered into this 9 times, Free Lojo figured out the cheat code, and he did $42. So that's 9 entries. Thanks, Free Lojo. Very cool of you. Dark Sagan getting in for $5. Justin getting in for $5. John Larson for 10. This is going to be a big one. You guys are awesome. This is quite the belated birthday present. Thank you, stream. You guys are ruled. Nathaniel LaBouffe coming in at $5. Oh, I need to leave this out. Just continuing to stall to give you guys time. There's like a 40-second delay for me, not for you guys. Let's get the camera back in focus. That's a good thing to do for stalling, right? Oh, was there an odd currency? Oh yeah, thanks for that, Remy Tim. Yeah, I'm not good with the different currencies yet. Stirk Racing says the amount of info you've given me is priceless. Much appreciated. Keep at it. Thank you, Stirk. I certainly will. Stirk, what do you race? I can't tell from the thumbnail. Almost looks like a Viper. It's got a really long hood. And then yeah, I'll throw some stickers in as well. Free Lojo. You're the man. Much appreciated. Okay, let me start typing onto the... Why do I keep going out of focus? I'm back focusing myself, that's why. All right, let me start getting names typed in. When I stop typing names in, we will close it down. And that should give you guys a little bit more time. So let me go here, and I'll click this, and I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to click that, and it's going to go all wacky and double mirrory. Okay, here we go. We are going to... Okay, yeah, this is our 5th wheel. Let's clear it out, and we will fill it back up. All right, getting up to the top here, and away. Come on, stop scrolling. YouTube, when I scroll the chat to a place, I want it to stay in that place for more than a second. Scott Biddle getting in the door 2 times. 2. 1 and 2. Then we got Dark Sagan. Then we've got Freelo Joe. And I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of copy and pasting. This is going to be fun. Freelo Joe. I'm going to copy. And I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me check that. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And since I really don't trust my own math, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 42. Nice. Freelo Joe is just going to smash everybody. And if you don't, I apologize. But somebody did this. Somebody did the same thing 2 streams ago, and they won. So it's a sound strategy, brother. Justin getting in. CAAUWE. I almost had it. Not quite. John Larson getting in twice. Thank you, John. And I gotta type it again. Nope, no, I don't. Maybe I do. Hey, look at that. I don't know why I just did that. Why did I add the P? That was being crazy. FPV therapy. The group. Nathaniel LaBouffe. How bad did I just type that? No, I got it. IEL LaBouffe. God, what a great last name. God damn it. Stirk Racing. Getting in twice. How did I just spell that? I have if you're new here, I have a real hard time typing and speaking for some reason. Daniel Maurer getting in twice. I think that is going to close it up. Unless somebody jumps in extra late, which is fine because I do want to, before I forget, look at what Stirk... Ooh, E36M3. The spec series, or what do you do with it? Track days, or... Justin, could you really tell that was an E36 from that tiny little thumbnail? Good on you, man. I am impressed. Griffin FPV is, I think, going to be the last one. Let's get him added, and we are going to spin the wheel, and then we've got 40 minutes to... I don't know. You guys tell me. You want me to do some more work on the Acrobat Duo, or technically I could fire up the simulator. Mostly illegal street racing. Patrick Rowan says. Fair enough, man. When I was in my early to mid 20s, I'd be right there with you. Jesus. Roscoe, yeah, I'm in a good mood, man. Today's a good day. My birthday was amazing. I had a really good weekend. Yeah, flew a couple times this weekend. Kristen made my birthday just absolutely awesome. Yeah, man, it's things are going well. Let's see how long we can make that last, which is classically my problem. But hey, man. Hey, there we go. Cirque Racing, SCCA solo, time trials, champ car, all sorts of stuff. Very cool, man. Very, very cool. If you're ever in the Atlanta area, let's go hit the Tail of the Dragon or Blood Mountain or AMP or a lot of good motorsports around here, and we'll do some flying as well, of course. But yeah, man, very, very cool. I like I mentioned earlier, I got to 15-ish years into cars and motorsports. I was a autocross instructor for 7 or 8 of those years, I guess, and then some track day fun, and never did get into Lemons or Chump Car. I always really kind of regretted finding it. I got invited to a whole bunch of teams, but just never could kind of put it together, and the timing never really worked out. Like when I had money, it was never when I needed it to be a part of one of the teams, and you know what's up, man. That's the big problem with motorsports is money. Applying wheel changes. Let's see who wins some things. Dave's FPV, thank you for that. Commenting on how few thumbs up there are. You guys are awesome. Let's make sure you guys are looking at the monitor and spin the wheel. Who's it gonna be? Has the Lojo taken over the wheel? Will he win? coming up next. Who shall it be? Oh, it's not going to be Lojo. He got screwed by Stirk Racing. Stirk, congratulations, man. You're going to get some fun stuff. Here's the deal. It's on you to talk to CiottiFPV. So message him over on Instagram or here on Facebook, or he's probably still in the chat. If you type at TWEET, it'll probably autofill the rest of it, and you can catch up with him here in the chat. Or like I said, hit him up on Instagram or Facebook. Tweet TWEETFPV. You work with him on your grips, and I will write your name down, but you got to reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or Patreon, because I don't have any real way of tracking you down, right? YouTube doesn't really let you do that in any way. So you got to hit me up with your first and last name, your mailing address, all that good stuff, right? So message me, CiottiFPV, on Facebook or Instagram or Patreon, and I'll send you some stuff. Speaking of sending stuff, stamps.com is good to go. I'm all set up. I'm printing labels out. I'm getting your guys' stuff. I'll probably out Wednesday, maybe? Hoping I can get it all out by Wednesday. It's all going out at once, everything, including this week. I'm just going to do absolutely everything all at once. So let me just write down Stirk Racing. Do me a favor also, when you message me, just reference Stirk Racing. Otherwise, I'll be like, who the fuck are you? So what am I mailing you? I am mailing you GemFan 5149s and Tiny's LEDs. If you don't have Tiny's LEDs on your quad, you are missing out. The race wires are super fun. Having them on the arms to act as protectors for the wires really does work. You can tell because you start knocking the little LEDs off one by one, so you know that you've got prop strikes going on. And they're the easiest ways to get LEDs on your rig, which is really nice to have. It makes you a lot easier to follow, so all of a sudden other people that you fly with will have this juicy follow footage of you. And yeah, it's just really good. There's a million and one. I started putting LEDs on my rigs like for fun, just because I thought it would look cool. And then like all of these actual advantages started popping up here and there, and I was pretty blown away. And Tiny's LEDs is the guy is who you want to support. He's the guy who kind of started it all, just like what we talk about with kebab and toothpicks. So yeah, do it. Tiago Ramos says how to play questions, I guess, on the how to play questions on the giveaways, I'm assuming. Leviathan says you have about a third stream viewers as Bardwell, but about 1/50th of the subscribers. Yeah, viewers are easy. Subscribers are tough. Yeah, if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button. I know I never say that, but I trust that you guys know what's up. Yeah, I also try to not dwell. I try really hard not to look at my YouTube analytics. I know myself, and I know that. Well, first and foremost, FPV is going to stay a hobby for me. It's not going to be a full-time thing, I don't think. I went to a very expensive university and have spent many, many, many years to build a career in project management, and I can make really good money in that career. I don't love doing that work quite as much as I do FPV, but I've been... Oh, we got bots. Okay, that's why we have 1 million visitors. Yeah, it's much easier for me as a project manager to make an amount of money working 40 hours a week to support our family and have a life and pay all the bills and whatnot, than to try to do that with FPV. Like, to try to make the amount of money that I can as a PM with the resume that I have and the experience that I have and blah, 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 blah. I would have to work 100-hour weeks with FPV to do that. And what I can almost guarantee would happen is I would hate FPV. I have a really hard time with burnout. I've had a lot of hobbies, and I get super into those hobbies, and I get really good at them in a really short amount of time, and then a few years later, I'm still interested in them, but all of a sudden it starts to fade because I've hit this like plateau where, um, motorsports was the longest running hobby that I had. What happened was I got to a point where um, I was as interested as I was for so long because it was all about driving skill and driving talent and just putting time in and learning and figuring out how to tune the car to the way that you drive and things like that. And it was all skill based for many, many, many years. But eventually it got to the point where the skill that I had and realistically the skill level increase I was realistically going to be able to make, um, it I to go faster I really had to spend more money. There is a point in motorsports where that kind of happens for everybody. Drag racing, it happens really early because it's pretty hard to get a drag car off the line, to get a car off the line, until you get to like 12s and 11s and 10s and 9s. Then it becomes a little bit more skill based, but it's expensive to do that. FPV is so unique and interesting to me because the financial part of it, it can be a little bit expensive. I mean, compared to motorsports, it's not in any way expensive, but with like $1,000, right, top to bottom, you can get a full setup. Probably build 2 rigs. Let's say 1,500. Let's say $1,500. You can get like 2 5-inch rigs built with a session, charger, transmitter, goggles, everything, and that build can be enough for you to grow as a pilot for. I don't think we've seen it yet. I don't think we've seen pilots get to the point where they've sort of maxed this out. So we're talking already about like what 5 years that Steel's been flying rigs that are somewhat locked in enough where it's about pilot skill rather than just being about holding on for dear life. So yeah, that's a very, very unique thing. And at the same time, you're not beating the hell out of your body or like, some of these other things that make more physically active sports uninteresting to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's just such a unique hobby, and I really love that about it so much that it's sort of eaten my brain. I don't remember what this tangent was based upon, but hey, if you're looking for rants and tangents, you came to the right place, damn it. I forgot how to play. Sorry, guys. So here's how it works. The every Monday I do 4 giveaways. 3 of the giveaways are Patreon based. One of the giveaways is, as we all just saw, super chat based. The Patreon giveaways work as follows. Down here is a link to the Patreon page. When you get to the Patreon page, it'll explain it a little bit more, but basically $3 gets you onto the Patreon channel. It gets you added to the Discord. You get access to me for build planning, technical support, all the good posts that are up there with PID tuning advice and filtering and all kinds of good stuff. I work my best I work my hardest to keep that Patreon page a really good repository for good, solid info. If you want to get in on the giveaways, you can bump up to either the $5, $10, $20, or $30 tiers. I did these so that if you only have tiny whoops and toothpicks, and that's all you're interested in, you can spend $5 a month, get in on every Monday night giveaways. If you only have 3-inch micro brushless rigs, a little bit heavier than toothpick, but still micro rigs, you can spend $10 a month, and I have a giveaway for that. If you only have 5-inch rigs, there's a $20 giveaway tier that you can get in on, and then every Monday you're entered into the 5-inch specific giveaways. If you have all of those quads and you really want to support me, there's a $30 tier, and that enters you into all 3. So basically, for $30 a month, you're getting put into 12 giveaway opportunities because it's 3 every single Monday night. And that is how it works. Once we get to 200 patrons, I'm going to give away another full build and the shirt on my back, the shirt off of my back, rather, that I'm wearing when we hit 200. So that'll be interesting. No, I won't strip down naked on the stream because nobody wants to see that. So yeah, that's how it works. I saw orange and Roscoe 6 spent $1,000 just on his HDOs. Yeah, you don't need HDOs though, right? I used a pair of $60 eSheen VR007 Pros for 2 years. The quad camp video that I'm in over on Joshua's channel, I'm using those big dumbass goggles and on my own. So yeah, you can totally get, you don't have to go whole hog and get fat sharks. There are plenty of goggles that'll work. Anybody that missed the Patreon giveaways, it's no big deal. If you go over there and do it now, for example, you'll get entered into next week's, the week after that, the week after that, the week after that. Whenever you join the Patreon, the way that Patreon is set up, and the way that I pull the data out of it, it just basically it does it automatically for me, so that you will be in on the next 4 giveaways. So if you missed tonight, no big deal. You'll be in on next week's frame giveaway, and then the following week, there's going to be one hell of a 5-inch tier giveaway. So everybody on the 5-inch tier and the $30 tier, first Monday in May, this will be the giveaway item. This is a build donated to the cause, the channel, the everything, by Supercell, Billy, super cool dude. This is a hyper-low vert V2 frame with T-Motor F80 Pros. That is a 2408 motor, 1900 kV. So this is a 6S build. It's got a Runcam Racer 2 camera that I put in here. TPU up front for a Hero 7. I'll throw in some HQ props. Immortal T. Little Axie micro antenna on the back here through SMA. TBS HV, Unify HV VTX. Crossfire Nano receiver. T-Motor 55 amp ESC, BLI 32, and Flight 1 Purple Cricket Special Edition flight controller running on Betaflight with 4.1 RPM filters and a super duper tune that I've been working on. Tiago says he's going to make another Patreon account just so that he can get in twice on the giveaway. That's pretty awesome. You're the man, Tiago, as always. So yeah, first giveaway of May. This is going to be on that $20 tier. So get on in, because this is like a $300-$400 build, man. This frame is really nice, unbelievably durable frame, very, very stiff. Lot to like. Billy's got some race wires on here, some race lights in the back. Just an awesome build. I can't wait to get this totally locked in. I flew it a little bit on Saturday, and there's either a motor or an ESC that's on its way out that I'm going to get fixed here. I'm in the process of troubleshooting the issue, but holy fuck, this thing has some power. A 24.8 motor is no joke, especially when it's 1900 kV. These are only 3.6 pitch props. These are a very shallow pitch prop, and when you stab the throttle on this thing, it's just, I mean, it's just, you're hanging out in the sky for a while. I'll say that. So really, really cool rig. Somebody's going to have an absolute blast with this thing. And that'll be fun. Darijay just woke up. What time is it there? All right. Let's hit the chat for some more love. Make sure I've answered my 20 questions. Wilder FPV is building an Acrobrat now with Killer B. Oh, nice. Very cool. Mr. Shady, are the 31mm HQ props too pitchy for the 25,000 kV motors? Not at all. I'm running the 4-blade gem fans, which are the most pitch, the most number of blades. And I messed around. I moved to, because I had the same thought. I moved over to a tri-blade, and it was totally fit. There was no, it was definitely not over-propped on the quad blades. And I prefer the quad blades just because, when you lock in to do of course, I'm trying to make flying a whoop inside cinematic, which is just ridiculous. I'll pour enough time into it to do it. And when you just hit just a straight ahead cruise, those 4 blades are just locked in place, man. They really have that grip that you need when you're flying in a small space with all that power. All right. we've got C. Joe asking how much of a super chat for the giveaway. It was $5, but it's over now. C. Joe, next Monday, come on back and we'll do it again. I priced those super chats as per like what the giveaway items are going to be. So like for example, next week there won't be the Tweet FPV grips for the super chat giveaway. So I'll maybe make it like $3 or something for the super chat. But yeah, so it changes every week. C. Joe says, if I did this where I'm at, I'd be shot down. What, the giveaways? Ooh, looks like you guys are getting some spammers figured out here. RXCKLEZZ saying yo 18 times in a row. Hey, I've made it. I've got spammers. Oh, you asked that before the thing. Oh, hopefully we already figured it out. John Larson says, broken standoffs also all back together. Test fly the Hawk 5 tomorrow. Good to hear it, my man. Griffin FPV says, what's up, man? I'm late, just got off. LOL. Well, you got here just in time to get on the giveaway and lose. Sorry, man. I had to. All right. I think we're caught up. Are we caught up? Somebody asked me another question. We got to make sure we get to 20. We might be there already, though. I didn't count. Whatever. And Free Lojo says, well, for the piggy bank, indeed. Much appreciated again, man. People like you, people like everybody that support the channel, man, you guys just make this such a cool place, and I can't say it enough that I really do appreciate it, guys. And I just saw one pop up. Let me scroll down. Leviathan, stream viewers, okay. How to play questions. All right, awesome. Thanks, Tiago. Right, Roscoe Sticks loves the Gem Fan 5.1 by 4.9s. 4.9. I didn't know that was a... Oh, Gem Fan. Okay, Gem Fan 5.1 by 4.9s. It's all I've used for 6 months. I've been running the 5.1 by 4.4s to try to get a little more cinematic. Nice. Yeah, those 4.9s, I just can't say enough things about them. They just blow me away. It's so nice that they're lightweight. Every single other high-pitch prop that I've seen is very heavy, and that adds latency to the system. So that's the big thing that I like about these GemFan 5149s. Off-Axis FPV says, hey, yo, happy 420, CiottiFPV and everyone. Happy 420 to you as well, Off-Axis. Obsquad says, need to go PC, guys, next week. You're probably already gone, but later anyway, just in case you happen to rewatch. Alright, going down. Oh, it did the thing. Alright, scrolling back up, try to find my spot. There we go. VMIGET says, what tier is Fat Shark Attitude V3? I got that as my first goggles. Close to, is it close to trash tier goggles, or are they okay? Those are great goggles. The pretty much everything after the Voyagers was a really good, solid goggle by Fat Shark. So yeah, those are totally fine. Those are a good enough goggle where I would say, like, just stick with those for as long as you can. Maybe even stick with those until you go digital, because I have a feeling a year from now we're maybe all going to be on digital. So yeah, man, I stuck with $60 goggles for almost 2 years. So if I can stick with those for that long and I didn't plateau and get to a point where I was like, oh, my goggles are holding me back, you're going to be just fine. So just spend your money on replacement stuff, fly hard, fly often, buy lots of batteries, and yeah, just get good, enjoy it. Dave's FPV, first ever build was a slammed QAVR2 with F80 1900s. Let's just say 5151's got you to the moon instantly. It's gonna be a hard rig to learn on, man. Good on you for sticking with it. Jesus. Scott Biddle asks, how much would it cost to build that quad? Probably $300 to $400. Easily $300, probably closer to $400 if I had to guess. It's like $100 and something frame. Those are premium motors, so you're talking like $25-26 a motor. The flight controller, Flight 1 flight controllers are not cheap. Those are $40, $50, $60, I think. That ESC, that's a baller ass ESC. That's probably a $70, $80 ESC. Yeah, a lot of good stuff in there. The Unify HV, those are like what, $50. The Crossfire Nanos are $30. So yeah, that's an expensive build. That's a really, really nice build that Billy donated. Very, very cool of him, and I'm excited to see one of you guys send that thing to the goddamn clouds. Oh, no flying the parking garage. It gets shot down. See, Joe. Nice. Sasha Grimm with 50 NOKs. All right, so let me look up what an NOK is. NOK currency. I'm always curious. So, oh, Norwegian kroner. Awesome. So, very cool, man. Thank you for the equivalent of 477 United States dollars. Very cool of you, Sasha. Thanks for just getting in on the fun. Much appreciated. You are a legend indeed. Leviathan says, what is 420? That's debatable. I only remember the one. The one description of what 420 is that it was the time of day in school in Southern California, I want to say, that all the kids would go and get high. Yeah, so and it was like a code word for getting high, was 420. There's another explanation of it, but you'll have to go to Urban Dictionary, or I bet you Wikipedia has it. I bet you Wikipedia has an entry for 420. I forget what the other explanation of it is. Airbender says the slider sets... Wait, what? The sliders set my I-term at 95 on pitch and roll and raw. Yeah, Airbender, in my opinion, the pre-baked... See what I did there? The pre-baked I-term settings on the sliders in Betaflight are a little aggressive for me, for a more cinematic look where I want it to not like release and lock into a steady state quite as violently. So yeah, oh yeah, that's right. It is when the kids are home from school. Shit, I forget what the story was. It's been a long time, but yeah, I crank them down. I drop my I-terms down by like 10 or 15 or 20. Do this. Drop your I-terms down by like 40 or 50 and go fly, because you can fix it in the OSD. Drop them all by like a set amount. So like drop them all by 50, let's say, right? Go fly, and you'll absolutely feel the difference. And then go up by 50 on all of them to get back to where you were. And then you'll really feel the difference. And then you can figure out if you like it, or if you want to go somewhere in between, or maybe you want more. The big situation used to be that you could feel I-term was at the end of a snap move, because when it returned to a steady state, that I-term number is actually not like the maximum amount of power, similar to the P gain. It's actually just how quickly it ramps up. So when you stop from that roll, is Bob Marley's birthday really 420? That's not the other... No, that's not it. Perfectly imperfect. I'm pretty sure that's not it. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's not a cop code. I could be wrong though. What the hell do I know? But yeah, so the I-term number is how quickly the I-term winds up. So when it snaps to a stop, the I-term has to wind up, and the bigger the number, the quicker it winds up. So what used to happen before I-term relax is at the end of a snap roll or a snap flip, you'd get like this little drunken wobble out of the quad. I-term relax has really done a good job at fixing this, but you can still kind of see that. So at the end of a snap, seeing how locked in the quad is going to be how you really tune the I-term. It's the hardest one to tune, which is why I'm telling you, you're going to have to drop 50 points off of it across the board to feel any difference. But it's good to know. It's good to do that and to feel the difference that it makes. And then you'll just have in your head like, oh, okay, so if something like that weird little wobble happens in the future, it'll trigger and go, oh, maybe that's I-term. Let me adjust that. So there you go. Joe, first build had 30 amp individual ESCs and 2750 kV motors. Holy crap. That's a hell of a first build as well. And it was on an F3 processor. Nice. Have you used that RunCam 5 Orange yet? Big Willie FPV asks. I have not, but I really need to. I'll probably use the Dolphins first because I know I'm going to smash the shit out of them. Nah, I won't. I'll use the RunCam 5 first because apparently that's the only one that's worth a damn. If I do this and I put it here and blow all your guys' eardrums out, eventually I'll remember to not smash things down in the desk. Since I put it there, I will remember. Thanks again for the support, Sasha. Much appreciated. And Airbender, we talked about iTerm. Good. Cool. I think we're good. What do you guys want me to do with the last 14 minutes? You want me to do some work on the Acrobrat Duo? Do you want me to sim? So type in the chat, type Duo if you want me to work on the Duo. Type sim if you want me to sim. I think that's about all I really want to do. We're getting bounce back, so you turn it down to 45. Airbender, that is a problem with iTerm relax. You want to set your iTerm relax cutoff. It's probably on 20 right now. You want to drop it down to 10, and your bounce back should go away. Freelojo has an Emax Tiny Hawk on the way too. By the way, this little Emax Tiny Hawk Race 2 is so much fun. I don't know what it is. Like, it's for a 2-inch prop. It's actually a little too heavy in air quotes, because what it's all about, like strip and give clothes away. Thanks, Cjo. Yeah, man, it's just like, it's underpowered for sure. It doesn't fly like a 5-inch rig, but it really truly reminds me of my Miata in that it has less power than it should, but it's light as hell, and it's just got like this tiny little footprint, and like it's just really fun to fly. Like, you can just peek in and out of, like, it's like flying a Whoop. And see, what's funny is it's become like my companion to the Whoops. So they put, for power, they put this little double PH, whatever the hell it is, Tiny Whoop connector on here. So you can run double Tiny Whoop batteries, or they give you these 1S 450s with a little lead on them. But like, it's just super fun, right? Like, what my flow with this thing tends to be, like, I'll charge up a whole bunch of Tiny Whoop batteries, and then I won't fly all of them at night. I wake up the next day, and I can run them through this to discharge them the rest of the way while having a ton of fun outside in the daylight. And it's cheap. It's like $115 or something. I'm so glad that Emax sent this to me. It really kind of reawoke this. I don't know. There's just, I hate to keep going back to it, but like, the Miata is just the perfect example of, like, sometimes you don't need power. Sometimes having something that's really well balanced and really lightweight and that has like just enough power is a really cool, fun experience. And this really is that. This really kind of nails that. I also feel like a spec series with these, like, if you're into racing, having a spec series with these would be a fucking blast. It's like, you know, 100 and whatever, 12, $115, whatever it is, really cheap to get in, and then everybody's got the same thing. Even if, like, I guess you could even open it up a little bit and give a little bit of, you know, like, hey, you guys can run whatever props you want, or maybe even you can run whatever motors you want, because if they run too big a motor, they're going to blow the ESC up. It'd probably be smartest to just say you can run whatever props you want, because then there's at least a little bit of tuning that you can do. But I don't know, man. This thing has been such a blast, flying freestyle. I'm really into it. And the little camera up tilt, you can just change it real easily, and it stays in place really well. Is really fun. Like, if I want to go up in the tree branches and just kind of like slowly flow around, I'll drop it down like really low to like 10 degrees. And then if I want to go grooving down the street and cover some ground, I just whoop, and you know, I'll just like do it between batteries. I'll come back and like, I want to go fast. Whoop. Really, really, just such a fun little rig, man. I'm when they said they were gonna send me this, I was like, oh man, they're gonna hate me. Like, I'm gonna review it and shit all over it. Like, it's, you know, it doesn't clear 3-inch props, and it's too heavy for 2-inch props, and like, I had all these preconceived things, but every single time I fly the damn thing, I'm just like, wee! It's just like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just that this has like this, for me, this spiritual connection to the original Baby Hawk, which was my first FPV rig. But I don't know, man. It's just got this incredible balance. It's super fun. 661 just said, wait till you fly 25K Mobula 6. I have been. My newbie drone Tiny Whoop is on the 25,000 kV motors, and they're great, but they just don't have the balance. Like, this is on an 1103, which is a good size for this weight of prop. Um, yeah, balance, man, balance. There's something very special about when a quad, when a car, when whatever, have this like kind of magical X factor in this balance of like weight to power to feel to sensitivity. You know, like the throttle control is really nice on this. You can fly it real accurately. I'm digging it. I really didn't think I would. I was like kind of done with 2-inch props, but this thing totally brought me back. And it's, for me, it's just like perfect to have. Like, I was gonna give this away. Fuck you guys, man. This is mine, damn it. It's also like the first like reviewer quad that's been sent to me, so it's I'm kind of glad I'm keeping it. It has that significant kind of thing for me, but it's really cool. This plug, man, I'm so glad I didn't take this plug off. It's really cool that you can take little 1S 300 mAh Whoop batteries and put 2 of them on here and strap them down and just go out and rip. So yeah, man, I don't know. I guess I just rambled over the entire time we'd work on the Brat. You guys said, I saw a bunch of sims. I'm not gonna be able to get the sim. I'm just now realizing too that with the single monitor, the sim would be a real nightmare. I wouldn't be able to see the chat. So I'm not gonna do the sim. A couple of you guys said duo, so I'll do 8 minutes of work on the duo. Although that means I'm gonna probably have. Yeah, I did the giveaways off access. I'm trying to do off access. I'm trying to do them at 10:30 now every night, every Monday night I should say, which is wishful thinking, but at least it's thinking. Hey, right? Well, thanks for the Facebook message, Tiago. OBS did it again. For some reason, not whenever, just at random, when I go to the Zoom bench cam setup, it just drops the Zoom mic. Didn't do it this time because I'm looking at it. Wait, hold on, I'll look away. And now it'll probably do it because I'm not looking at it. Nope, it didn't do it. It didn't do it that time either. All right, well, let's just go. Let's do 5 minutes of work on the duo. This is where I'm at. The chat be damned. Anybody who's got a question that I haven't answered, I'm sorry, but you'll just have to come back on for one of my quarantine streams during the work at a random time. So if you subscribe and click the little bell, you'll have a good chance of getting in on that. Otherwise, you won't get in on anything, and you'll die alone and sad. Wow, that took a turn. What am I doing? So I'm swapping I have the ESC blew up, so I'm just going to swap this new one in here. It doesn't look like I had little gummies, which sucks because it's going to take me the entire rest of the stream to get these goddamn grommets in here. But maybe my method of putting these grommets in will help somebody out, and then I'll feel better about myself having actually helped in the last few minutes of today's stream. So let me try to find 4 of these red ones. I don't think I'm going to have 4 of them, and I do not. So I'm just going to go with these black ones. They are like the standard grommets that you get from Amazon or wherever if you just order black. Rubber grommets, M3 rubber grommets, or sometimes they're called gummies, which makes absolutely no sense, but I digress. So this is how I put them in. I get like so that it's peeking through a little bit there, and then I'll try to push a little bit more in with tweezers, and I'm just like kind of pinching and then pushing is, I guess, the verbal version for all the folks that just listen to this. So pinch and push, you don't have to get it all in there, you just want to get a little bit more in there so that you can then flip this guy over, and I didn't get much in, but you can flip this over and use your fingernail, if you have any, to kind of pull it through. There is a point, after you've done this a couple times, you'll kind of find like there's an amount that you have to have through before your this little fingernail trick here will work. And I'm probably doing it off camera. I know it's hard to see, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about that. But you just keep working, pushing from the back and fingernailing from the front, and eventually, with enough patience, it will come through. Sometimes I'll go back to the back and do a little smushy pushy thing again. Come on! These holes in this 20x20 AK-32 ESC are unusually small, which is why this is a little bit harder to do. One of them is trying to escape, but I'm not going to let it. Alright, so get it started. Push a little bit more through. Clamp and push, clamp and push. You can technically clamp and push the whole damn thing through, which I think I might have just done by accident. Yeah, see? Almost all of it came through. And then we'll just fingernail the rest. Alright, so yeah, pinch and push just to get it started. And then squeeze and push. All of this is what she said. And one more. The one that tried to get away. How dare you. Alright. Got that started. For me, it also helps to always hold it with my left hand and do all the fingernailing and the pinching and squishing with my right. Get in there. Come on. Cooperate. Yeah, we'll be good on this one. Fingernail, 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 and we are through. There you go. All right, full speed ahead. Ignoring the chat, sorry. Trying to get something done so that you guys don't feel like I gypped you on the build side of things. I'm sure you don't, but, you know, I like to try to stick to the things that I promise, I guess I could say. Get these out of here. Go, go, go. Run, run, run. 1,000 miles an hour. Where did this guy go? Where did you go, little fella? Get out of there. Ugh. Come on, jerk. Alright, this is not going to want to sit all the way down, so I'm just going to pull these out, and I'm going to do this a little bit differently here. Come on. Get out. Get up. Get up. Get out. Oh, God. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. Hey, thanks for that, Freelojo. Freelojo said it's a great 420 stream. I appreciate that. All the kind words never fall on deaf ears. You guys are a very unique, very cool set of people, which is kind of the other reason, too, that I'm not super concerned with, like don't get me wrong, I do want the Patreon to grow because I think that there's a lot of really good info in there that will save you guys time and money. And I also want to, like, continue to build the database with you guys. Like, I want you guys to use some of the data that I've gotten and, you know, buy the in air quotes perfect rig and then fly it a bunch and add some of your own opinions and thoughts, right? Like who the hell said that I'm the judge of all this stuff? I mean, like, yeah, I've been flying for a long. What the hell is going on? I'm putting it in backwards. Um, yeah, I've been flying for a long time, but your opinions are and your experience rather is just as valid as mine. So yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing, guys. It's a thing. All right, so I'm gonna leave it here. I'm not gonna turn the soldering iron on. You guys got to see me put gummies on an ESC and push it down on the standoffs. Woo-hoo-hoo! It was a real fix-a-thon here tonight. That's okay. Monday night streams are about hanging out with you fine folks, talking smack, answering some questions, and just having a good time together, man. Carl with a $5 donation. Thank you, Carl. You are my favorite new person. I think you're new. I'm just assuming that you're new because of what I saw you post over on Joshua's channel. Tiago says, what is that ESC? This is an Acon AK-32 20x20. It is the... I put another one in here because I want this to be 6S capable. I don't want to let the 6S stream die. So I've put this super overkill ESC in here just so that I have that 6S option. Also because I talked to somebody who switched from the 30x30 AK-32 to this 20x20, and the 20x20 is nowhere near as durable. So I was gonna put this into a 5-inch rig, but now I'm not gonna. Leviathan asks, is anybody here going to build a 533 tiny trainer? I certainly am. I got my pre-order in. I'm going to build it to be a lot more powerful than that little spec setup, because I don't want something that performs like that big fat underpowered racer rig. So yeah, mine's going to be a little bit different than most. Stay tuned, because I'll build it on here. I'm really excited about the canopy that's being made for it is being produced by HQ. So it's going to be that like miracle indestructible plastic that HQ uses. That's the big thing that I'm interested in. Bots are taking over the audio. Did the audio go to hell? My meter looks fine. I'm going to bash that thing senseless. Like it's going to be like the just death quad. So yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna wrap this thing up here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Allfax's FPV says I need to get rid of the zoom. What's if there were some audio problems, do me a favor, guys. Hit me on Facebook. I don't have, so I don't wear headphones, so I can't have an audio monitor, so I can't hear what smush and push. Yes! I'm ending the stream on that. Leviathan with the fucking not Leviathan. Patrick Ruan with the comment of the night. Smush and push. Alright, guys. Be good. I'll see you on a random night this week. Maybe 2. Can't promise anything. But I have a lot of building to do. So I'm trying to do as much building as I can. And when I build, I throw the stream on. So, smush and push. Happy 420. Get high, do some smushing and pushing. I will talk to you guys this week. Worst case scenario, I'll talk to you Sunday at 3 o'clock or next Monday at 10 Eastern. Later, everybody. Be good. Go get wrecked. Bye-bye.